garage. It's no thinner than my garage at home, to be fair, but I don't normally drive into it that way. Alright, let's go. This is my second session at Thruxton. I have completed driver training about 45 minutes ago. Maybe 30 minutes ago, actually, saying that. No, 45 minutes ago. It was a hard session. It was the toughest training session that I've ever had on a circuit. The guy was good and quite a character, and different to any driver instruction that I've had before on a circuit, but he pushed me much harder in this car than any of the instructors I've had on other circuits have pushed me. He pushed hard, and yeah, I felt it as the session went on. It was 30 minutes, which is the longest driver training I've had on a circuit, and it was 30 minutes of just pow, 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 just pounding around this circuit, just trying to get me faster and faster and faster, going through all of the right lines, just pushing me to go faster. It was good. Have I learned much? I'd certainly say that I have learned a fair bit about this track. What I would definitely say is that I have learned a lot more about what this car is capable of. Definitely learned a lot more about what this car is capable of. All the times I've done track days in this car, I have been nervous about it. I've been scared of the brakes. I've been scared of the back end going out and sliding all over the place. And you know, that didn't go away for the training session that I had here. But what it has shown me, I'm just going to move out of the way for this rather fast Astra. But what it has shown me today is just how much faith I need to put into this car when I do something like this. I still need to be cautious, obviously. I'm a pretty sensible kind of guy. So training today, I would say, was definitely worth it. I've learned a lot about this track. I've learned a lot about this car, and I've learned a bit about how to drive a bit more race orientated, perhaps, or fast. During training, I noticed that at a couple of points I actually hit 130 miles an hour coming along here, which is quite a speed. Going through it now, I'm doing 45, 50, 45. So to break it down from 130 to 45 just on that last corner is quite something to do. What I've learned today is about trail braking. I had read up on it about it before, and I thought I got it. But I mean, the trainer is a guy who does proper racing. He does CSCC championships here at Thruxton in classic cars and some other bits and pieces. The last 2 times he's raced here, he won in a Caterham and something else, and I think he's racing here soon in a 240Z. I forgot where I was going with that completely. Where it was. And he's saying, you know, brake hard and then brake soft. Whereas I think the last time I learned, it was more sort of brake soft and just brake harder as you get into the turn. Whereas he was saying opposite: brake hard, then soften. And to be fair, my brakes don't seem to have suffered too much from doing that. I mean, I was quite happy to go with the soft and then hard braking because of my previous brake issues. But today, I mean, these pads seem to be holding up well. This is only my second session out on my own. I'm not feeling any braking issues, but they've had a 45-minute rest. But certainly while we were doing the training, although traction control as the session went on became more and more prominent as the tyres got warmer and I got faster, the brakes didn't seem to show any signs of giving. Right, let's just let this Renault Clio or Megane go past. Otherwise, my friends, nice and fast, lovely car. The instructor was, you know, there's a couple of times I said to the instructor how I struggle to have faith in the car, which is why I do some of the things that I do. He reassured me that, you know, the car was good, and I shouldn't worry about the car, that it will look after me. Traction control started to come on more. He kept pointing out that it's just letting you know that the car thinks something's going to happen. It's not used to this sort of driving, obviously. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, it's just protecting you, of course. But he has given me confidence in this car, and you know, it is me that needs to address the way I drive and just learn a bit more about what I'm doing, and having that faith in the car to just let it go a little bit more. When I did the training, I trained with traction control on. He did talk about turning it off. I said I'm not quite ready. I'm glad I didn't turn it off during that session, because the amount of times it came on towards the end, I think I could have come unstuck. And now that I've done it at that speed, I'm not 100% convinced that I want to turn it off now. Well, let's see how we go. Let's pick it up a bit. So we're in third gear. We haven't taken that bend exactly as we should do, but that's fine. So around here we stay in the middle till we get to about the priority sign, start to move in, brake as we hit this apex in a straight line. We drop the gear down to third, keep going, and then off the brake and turn in hard here. Traction control steps in, move over to the right, and then left. Again, move over to the left, and then a hard right into here. Let the car take me out to the outside, gradually move into the middle, up into fourth, move over to the right, dab a brake here, start to turn in, follow this bit of tarmac, hit the apex right there, and then just let the car move over to the middle, and then onto the new tarmac, ease off the accelerator a little bit, so I don't want to go too fast, hit that apex, and then let the car just come out to the left, following this bit of tarmac here between the two lines. As we get around to the straight bit, we move out to the outside. As we get to here, we just dab the brake a little bit, start to turn in to hit this apex really hard, then accelerate here, let the car naturally move out to the left hand side to those rumble strips, go up to to fifth rather, stay over here on the left hand side, and as we come up here we go in a straight line, and then brake hard, and then soften, and then move in here in front of this car. Thank you for letting me go. I'm not going to raise a hand because it's a hard turn. Traction control there, traction control, and through the chicane, back out to the left hand side, in third gear, up to fourth. When we get to the speaker or the number 2, we start to turn in. Go out to the outside using all the track to our advantage, over to the middle. When we get to the priority sign,